Here, was it last night that we had this image, which was uploaded by Isaac Fayoshe. Yeah, Ayo Fayoshe of Ekiti's brother. So he told us then that he was on his way to London, and Idris Bobrisky was on the same flight with him. And I actually thought that they were already in London, but no, they were not. They were still at Muritala Muhammad or so. When, was it even Muritala? I think it was in Abuja, right? So Bobrisky was leaving for London on a KLM flight to London, but the KLM flight was going to stop in Amsterdam, and then after that, connecting flight to London. But it didn't make it that far. So before the plane left Nigeria, EFCC, they took over the plane, so to say, looking for somebody, and that was Bobrisky. So it was a big fight until when they got him and they dragged him out of the plane. That, you know, you are not going anywhere, sir. You will need to give us the name of that EFCC official that you gave money to reduce your charges from money laundering to just abuse of Naira. So this happened last night. So Bobrisky couldn't leave Nigeria. So now I think we have an idea of the people looking for him. The House of Representative members are looking for him. The EFCC is looking for him. I don't know who else is looking for him. I do not. Wala. So that was Bobrisky being dragged out of the plane. It's called the plane. You know, say if you go into the plane, inside the plane to, you know, I don't know what's the word for boarding. So when you board, and then they decided to say, no, you're not going anywhere. It is called the plane. That means they take you out of the plane. So Isaac reacted when he got to London. I was like, man, this is...
Wow, I got to London this morning. I feel very sad hearing the news that Bobrisky was arrested. That wasn't right. That's abuse of his fundamental human rights. And I'm going to personally write a letter to International Court of Justice in The Hague. This is not right. This is wrong. EFCC cleared this guy and they withdrew the charges. We were shouting then, why did you withdraw these charges? They said Bobrisky hasn't done anything wrong considering money laundering. It is only Naira abuse. And he has served his term. Why was he detained for a week by police? Why was he arrested last night again? This is wrong. This is very, very wrong. If you are laughing or clapping for them, this can happen to you too. Nigeria can happen to you. The guy has not done anything. He has not done anything. And if they are now saying he has done something, that means they need to investigate the EFCC officials that cleared him of money laundering then. This is wrong.
Thank you, Isaac. So Isaac believed that there is something wrong somewhere. And I kind of agree too. I do. You know, Nigeria is unreal. And Nigeria is unreal to start with. In the midst of that scandal after the audio of Bobrisky made it to the internet. The EFCC, the Prison Correctional Service in Nigeria, they both came out to deny any wrongdoing. In fact, the EFCC said there was never a time that they put any freeze on Bobrisky's account. So, okay, I think it makes sense now. I take that back. He lied against them. They didn't clear him. They just cleared themselves of any wrongdoing, not Bobrisky. Okay, it makes sense now. Okay, Bobrisky said he bribed EFCC officials with money in order to reduce and remove, to remove his name from money laundering charges. Because according to him, EFCC said there were some money going into his account and out of his account. And they charged it, they were like investigating him for money laundering. So in order to sort of clear him, he had to bribe the EFCC officials, who then removed his investigation, all right? Even though in that same statement, Bobrisky said he also had his account, they had his account frozen, which made it impossible for him to withdraw money and bribe the prison officials. So it's complicated. That's why I said that if they want to arrest anybody, if they want to charge anybody, including the Falanos, Bobrisky will be the one to be arrested and charged if he's lying with their names. Not Very Dark Man. If he's saying the truth, then the officials involved who collected the bribe, according to him, must also be exposed. Not Very Dark Man, the whistleblower. So what I can get or understand about this now is that the EFCC want Bobrisky to tell them which official, because they do not have the record of him being investigated for money laundering. They said he was arrested for defacing Naira, and that's what he got tried for, and that's what he got sent down for. So if he claimed that no, he was being investigated for money laundering, that they froze his bank account, then they unfreeze his bank account after paying bribe, he would need to mention and give them the name of the official that did that. And they are not letting go until he gives them name or names. Similarly, the Nigerian Correctional Service, the prison, they have come out to say, no, yeah, we gave him VIP treatment in prison. We did not give Bobrisky any special privilege to go and live outside prison, as he claimed. So he also lied against them. So the prison is also looking for him. So the best thing right now is just going to be for Bobrisky. So why is he trying to now run away from Nigeria? I think it is making sense now. I mean, I'm just putting the pieces together now. We are doing it together now. Okay? This is making sense. Why did he attempt to smuggle himself out of Nigeria through semi-border by hiding inside the car trunk, the boot of a car, until he got discovered and the immigration arrested him and returned him back to Nigeria? And he was in police custody for 1 week. Then they freed him just a few days ago, only for him to now be on a flight out of Nigeria. So, why is he trying to leave Nigeria? I think it is answered now. We have our answer. It is because these agencies are actually really looking for him. But if they are looking for him, when the immigration arrested him Or did they tell him not to leave Nigeria? Maybe they did. But I don't know. I have a lot of questions that probably won't have all the answers. But we can have an idea of what is going on now. So Bobrisky is now in the custody of the EFCC in Abuja, where he is being interrogated according to them. And he shared an image where he said they bruised his arm. See what they did to his arm. Nigerians, help me. EFCC just arrested me. I'm badly injured. So he uploaded this image. And they said it was because he was struggling with them. That's some bleached skin there. No, I won't post that. That was me. Right? Oh, man. It is a jungle. When people say Nigeria is a zoo, Nigeria is not a zoo. Nigeria is like a zoo is organized. Have you been to the zoo before? Oh, you will love it. The zoo is so organized. Nigeria is not a zoo. It is a jungle where the most violent animals, the hyenas, the jackals, they are feasting on the weakest animals, you would say. We're talking about the bail conditions of 10 million naira for the poorest, hungry, young Nigerians that they kidnapped from Kano, Kaduna, Sokoto, and a few other places and took them to Abuja, locked them up for 93 days. This Professor Pella was given, Professor, yeah, you remember him. This one was given 500,000 naira bail. A total jungle. That is not a zoo. Okay? It's not a zoo. It is a jungle. Now, I also picked something up. They said the battle for what happened to them in Lagos in the last election, they have not really come off it yet. So right now, they said that the Speaker of Lagos State House of Assembly, who initiated the idea of all of the Igbo named streets in Lagos, starting with Jeromi Felodundo, sure you get now, that all the streets named who are like not Yoruba named streets, they are changing all of them, starting with Jeromi. So I hope you kind of understand what this means, right? To those of you who I'm putting this up right now, especially to those of you who live outside Nigeria now, okay? So that you will not be calling streets that don't exist anymore when you go to Nigeria. So Imo is a street. It's now going to be called Ayiwola Oluwa. Oyikere Street is now going to be called Yeye Retiola. George Street is going to be called Daddy Shoki. Uzo Street is going to be called Kalejaye Adeboye. Agbe Street is going to be called Bayewu Kamal. Emodi Street is going to be called Ayola Fatai. Osho Drive is going to be called Musibao Oluwa. Deliverance Street, is going to be. You see, if you have lived in any of these streets before you left Nigeria, just know the new name of your streets now, okay? Because from now on, according to this guy, according to these guys, they are now going full Yoruba, so to say. Achakpo Street will be called Rabi Oluwa. Iwu Lane will be called Chief Tajuddin Ogunoiki. Hospital Road will be called Chief Dile Fayemi. Ebubedike Street will be called Adeyemi Samuel. Ezie Street is going to be called Morilat Arogudade. Eze Street is going to be called Erelu Mojisola. Ben Onyeka Street will be called Mukaila Kolawole. Nise Street will be called Tawa Ajoke. Jones Waribi is going to be called Ogukoya Shino. Anosike Street will be called Jegede Marcos. Ogbowankwo Lane will be called Alaji Garba Street. Mba Street will now be called Sanwo-Olu Road. Queen Street will now be called Erelu Iwa Street. Obo Street will be called Kola Balogun. Kirikiri Road will now be called Oba Oluiwa Road. Akperi Street will be called Moruf Oyekunle. All other documents remain invalid. Then they happen. Trust me. So for Tinubu and his gang, they are doing everything to see if they can drive and continue to, dictate the narrative of what you should be listening to. Not people like Mayegun. They don't want you to listen to people like Mayegun. Because people like Mayegun will radicalize you. And when you become a radical, you are going to question everything that you are told. And in Tinubu's world, you can't question whatever you are told. It is called insubordination, or simply put, blaspheming. And that can earn you a treasonable charges, which is punishable by death. That is why you had that Sunday Dare, who is now a boy to the information minister of Nigeria. I think they had a presser yesterday, which I kind of, I got part of it. Let me see here.
Thank you very much. Let me say that this is not a press conference. It's not the traditional press briefing that we have. The people we are seeing around here are government information managers, those in the villa, those in the Ministry of Information. So from time to time, we come together to look at our state of affairs and offer strategies of dealing with them and informing Nigerians about what is happening. What I want to say is that the government's communication team is very much alive, as you can see. I have on my right the special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy. On my left, the special advisor to the President on Public Communication and Orientation, Mr. Sunday Dare. Senior special assistants, so many of them, directors general, heads of agencies under the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation. We normally come together from time to time, like I said earlier, to assess state of affairs of our nation and find out strategies of dealing with them. This meeting is one of such, to have some form of uniformity, some form of a convergence in the way we deal with government communication. Thank you.
See? And this is especially for you. Did you see the number of communication this? Look around you again, in case if you didn't pay attention. All these guys on his left and his right hand, they were all hired spokesperson for Tinubu. Yeah. Including Onofunuga. That was Onofunuga that was jailer. On that right-hand side. Sunday Dare is on the left-right-hand side. See all of them there. They were hired to lie to you. That Tinubu is doing everything for you. Tinubu is working hard. You, when they say you never chop, you are on social media doing Voltron for Tinubu in empty stomach. I'm sorry, with empty stomach. They call you data boys. Data boys. They are giving you how much? 10,000, no, maybe 50,000 naira to go on social media and begin to tell people that they should give Tinubu time. Look at this one. So they hired them. These are the people hired. And they are being paid tens of millions of naira just to lie to you. Take a look again.
Thank you very much. Let me say that this is not a press conference. It's not the traditional press briefing that we have. We are seeing around here government information managers, those in the villa, those in the Ministry of Information. So from time to time, we come together to look at our state of affairs.
Do you see that? Eh? But you have taken it upon yourself on social media every day to spew lies in defense of Tifnumbu with empty stomach. You don't think we want to shake with one? These ones are being paid to lie to you. And you that is going to be the victims of their failure. You are telling other people that they are enemies of Nigeria. May Tifnumbu succeed. May Tifnumbu this and that. Hey! Because there are some courses that they call them like a generational courses. Others are like the one where you say you buy by yourself. You kind of have to attract it to yourself. Majority. When you spend your time on social media looking for those who are victims of Tifnumbu, APC, and they are using the little strength they have to speak out. You are there trying to shut them up. Shut up your mouth. Let us give him time. Let us pray for the I just thought you should know. Then he kind of also said something about the restoration of the electricity back to them in northern Nigeria with some extra jara. Let us thank President Tifnumbu.
On the issue of the disruption in the power supply in the northern part of the country, for example, the president, as you are all aware, has dispatched the Honorable Minister of Power to the northern part of the country, Kaduna and Kano, to ensure the restoration of power to that affected part of the country. I'm happy to say, as you also know, that the team working on that has achieved appreciable success. Over 70% of that has been achieved now, and we do hope, and as the president has charged, that by Sunday of this week, we will have power fully restored to all parts affected. But we call on all Nigerians to be more vigilant. Vandals do not bear any political badge. Vandals are vandals anywhere. Nobody has imported any vandal because we want the region to be affected. If there are vandals, we have to come together to fight these vandals, to be vigilant. And like the president has also told the security agencies to be extra vigilant, and they are going to walk around the clock. It is not an acceptable situation. The president will not accept any criminal disrupting the transmission lines, power transmission lines in this country. On the issue of
nuisance, Lele.
But he did anyway. They disrupted it. This, Mr. President, would never accept any kind of disruption of transmission line in Nigeria. Really, but they did anyway. I was waiting that I said it earlier that maybe by the time we wake up tomorrow morning, they will say Tifnumbu in his magnanimity has ordered the unconditional release of these minors, because he's not aware. He's not aware that these children have been in detention in prison for 93 days. Now that he's aware, he's a father. That guy is going to do a media on it tomorrow. Well, no, I just got the news here that they said the children must be released unconditionally tomorrow. All that bail condition, all this bail, this and that. The president has said they should let them go. That was a misunderstanding. Because people reacted to it. What? What the hell? What is this? How could this happen? And the entire world have seen it. So now Tifnumbu is a very good man who has now ordered the children to be freed unconditionally. So everybody would have to go and say, thank you. Hey, Kolu, thank you. Thank you, sir. God bless you, sir. Thank you. But the message is already passed. I told